So today we'll be talking about geographic tools, also a map. We call it geographic tools. This is the second part of the other video we watched. So what are some geographic tools on a map and why are they important or useful? So I usually think of all these questions that come in. Okay, so what is a grid? What are lines of latitude? What are lines of longitude? What is scale? What is a compass rose? What are cardinal points? What's a legend? What is a symbol? And what is the equator? So the answer, we're going to have to answer this question. What are some geographical tools on a map and why are they important or useful? So hopefully by the end of this video, you should be able to tell me what are geographical tools and why are they important? Okay, so here we have an example of a grid. Okay, so a grid, as you can see, has different lines, it's got numbers. And again, just like I told you in the previous video, when we're looking for a point on a grid, we look for side to side first. So if I'm looking for some place and I told you to find F3, you would have to go to F first and then go 1, 2, 3, and you would find F3. Okay, we don't do it up and down first. We don't say 1F. Doesn't work that way. Again, side to side first and then up and down. Okay, if you remember anything, remember that, please. So a grid, sorry, it's vertical and horizontal lines that help you find a position on a map. Okay, now if we look at them on a globe, we have also lines. If we have a globe is a picture of the Earth or a map of the Earth, and we have these lines. Notice that there are lines that go to side and lines that go from top to bottom of the Earth. Okay, this line in the middle is called the equator, and these lines that go like this, side to side, are lines of latitude. You don't have to remember that, but be aware of that. And then longitude, those are lines that go from top to bottom, lines of longitude. Okay? So again, what are lines of latitude? Are lines that go from around the Earth, if you would. Okay? And lines of longitude are lines that go from the top to the bottom. Okay? And the main line is called the prime meridian. Okay? And the equator is the main line that goes across. It divides the Earth into north and south. The equator separates the Earth into north and south. And the prime meridian divides the Earth into east and west. Okay? Just so you know. Those lines are called parallels. These lines going up and down are called meridians. Okay, and they'll help us find places on the Earth. So lines of latitude, lines that run around the globe or side to side on a map, they're called meridians. Lines of longitude are lines that run up and down a globe or a map. They're called parallels. Okay? And the equator is the imaginary line that divides the middle of the Earth between the North and the South Pole. If you don't remember, you can always go back to the pictures that I showed you before. Okay? So what is this an example of? I'm hoping that you would say scale. Why scale, Mr. Gonzalez? Because scale, again, we cannot put an entire country or an entire planet on a piece of paper. It doesn't work that way. What we can do is put a picture, a representation of it on a piece of paper. And in order to make it fit, we have to make it smaller. So, for example, this is showing me that this little line, if I measure it with a ruler, is equals to 100 miles. If I measure from here to here, that equals 400 miles in the real world. So I can grab something like this piece of paper, line it up with this, put my mark, and I'll be able to put it on the map and show you about how far things are from one place to another in the real world. Okay? So we also have the compass rose. It shows the cardinal points, and the cardinal points are north, south, east, and west. Looks like this. They're going to be on our map. We also have symbols. and the map key or the map legend, it's also known, that will explain what those symbols mean. So be aware of that on those. So remember, grids, vertical and horizontal lines that help find a location or a position on a map. Lines of latitude are lines that run around the globe or go side to side on a map. Lines of longitude, lines that go up and down on a globe or a map. The equator is the line that separates the middle of the Earth between north and south. The scale is used to make a map that fits on a piece of paper. The compass rose shows the cardinal points. Cardinal points are north, south, east, and west. A legend is a list and explanations of symbols on a map, and symbols is just a picture that represents a real place or object on a map. So now that you know all these things, or at least you're aware of them, can you tell me what are some geographic tools? I bet you can. But the most important question is, why are they important? Or how are they useful? Think about it, and then please give me an answer in your journal. Have a great day.